Hello, and welcome to our Dog Biz Pro Help video series. In this video, we'll be explaining how to manually schedule a registration for therapy. Clients have the ability to register online for therapy, but if you ever wanted to manually register them for an appointment, you would just want to do the following. To start, you would just want to navigate to your therapy module by clicking on the module dropdown and selecting therapy. Once inside, you will want to click on the calendar tab in order to view your therapy module calendar. If you're scheduling from the calendar, you have a couple of options for scheduling. You can either click on the specific date on your therapy module calendar, and that should open up a small menu. From this menu, you could choose Schedule Therapy. You could also click on the Schedule Therapy icon, and that would open up the same Schedule Therapy window. From inside of your Schedule Therapy window, you'll be able to set up your therapy appointment. The first area showing inside of this window is the Option dropdown. This dropdown will allow you to select a specific therapy sign-up option. So if you were to click the drop-down, you could choose the sign-up option in question. The next area showing inside of this window is the all-day checkbox and the repeat checkbox. The all-day checkbox will allow you to make this appointment run the entire day rather than for a set duration. So if you'll notice it's set from 10:45 to 11:45, if I click all day, it'll actually block that out and make it set to run the entire day of 8 to 8 rather than just a specific time frame. So for now, we'll go ahead and uncheck that checkbox. The repeat checkbox will allow you to set up this therapy appointment to repeat. So if you wanted this appointment to repeat, you could check the repeat checkbox and that would give you a recurring details section, and from there you could set up how often or how frequently that appointment repeats. Just for this example, we'll go ahead and uncheck the repeat checkbox. The next area showing inside of this window is the client autofill box. You could type in the client's name and question and then select them from the results appearing just below. So you could begin typing in a client's name and then select them from the list that populates. After you have selected a client, you can now use the dog dropdown and select a specific dog. The next section showing inside of this window is the therapist dropdown. If you wanted to assign a specific therapist to this therapy appointment, then you could click the dropdown and assign the employee in question. The next area showing inside of this window is the location dropdown. Here you can assign a specific location for this therapy appointment. So if you wanted to assign a specific location, you can click the location dropdown and choose the location of your choice. The next area showing inside of this window is the cost text box. The cost text box will likely have the default cost for that sign-up option already populated, but if for some reason you wanted to change that default amount, you could make that change here. So let's say you wanted to charge the client $10 instead of $20, you could make that change here. The next section showing inside of this window is the start and end dates. Here you're able to set the start and end date for your appointment, as well as the start and end time. Again, the duration will auto-populate based off the sign-up option that was selected, but if you wanted to extend that sign-up option, you could do that here. So again, normally the default time would populate over, but because I had checked the all-day checkbox earlier, that's why it's still showing 12 and 12. So if we wanted to change those times, we can go ahead and make those changes. So let's say we wanted this to last from 9 till 10. We can go ahead and make that change. The next area showing inside of this section is the block this time from online registration checkbox. This checkbox will allow you to actually block the time slot from online registration if there is a valid opening. So if you had checked this checkbox and had an opening running at that same time with the same location and same instructor, then it would show booked for that time slot on the client registration portal. That means no other client could sign up for that opening during the same time slot. Next section showing inside of this window is the title text box. Again, this will populate based off the sign up option that you have chosen, but if you wanted to change the name of your appointment, you could do that here. So again, it would auto-populate with this information, but let's say you just wanted to change this to test, you could make that change. After you select a client and dog, an additional section will be showing near the bottom of your scheduled therapy window. From inside of this section, you could apply a package credit, apply a prepayment balance, automatically create an invoice, etc. If a client had a valid credit on their account, you could check the Use Package Credit checkbox in order to apply a package credit towards this registration. Just for this example, we'll go ahead and uncheck the Use Package Credit checkbox. And let's say a client had a prepayment on their account and you wanted to apply that towards this registration. Instead of using the Use Package Credit, you would use the Use Prepayment Balance checkbox. That would allow you to apply existing prepayment transaction towards this new registration. Next, you should be able to see a checkbox titled Automatically Create an Invoice for this registration. You would want to check this checkbox if you wanted an invoice to be automatically created for this registration. If you did not check this checkbox, then a client's account would still be charged, but the charged transaction would not yet be attached to an invoice. The automatically email the invoice for this registration checkbox would allow you to automatically email an invoice out for this registration. The next checkbox showing is the process payment for this registration checkbox. You could check this checkbox if you had BluePay integration set up and if you were wanting to manually enter in the client's credit card information from the user side of things. So again, if the client was in person and wanting to pay, if you had a BluePay account set up, you could check this checkbox and it'll allow you to enter in that payment information right from the user side of things. The last two drop-down boxes inside of this page are the Apply Discount and Apply Payment drop-down. If you want to apply a discount, you could use the Apply Discount drop-down. If you wanted to apply payment, you could use the Apply Payment drop-down. As a reminder, you would have to be automatically creating an invoice in order to use the Apply Discount or Apply Payment drop-down. Once you're finished setting up this appointment, you can click the Save button in order to actually create that registration. Now, if you're reviewing your therapy module calendar, you should be able to see that therapy appointment showing. Hopefully that helps and explains how to manually schedule a therapy appointment.